Dirty deeds and they're done with sheep.
Dirty deeds and they're done with sheep. I think we're live.
Yes.
Oh, but look, we're just a black screen.
Why does it always gotta be a black thing with you?
What? You got to know, got to show, it's time to roll. So just tell me. All right, welcome back to another edition of RATG TV, live here from the Geekery, 7000 McLeod Road, Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. I am your host, Ryan. I put the Ryan in Ryan's All Things Geek, or Ryan and that guy, if you will. And in the case of that guy, it is this guy, Llewellyn Wingnut, Steve Lambert. How's it going?
Hey.
So you're the late guy today.
Yeah.
How's that happen?
You know.
How am I on? How is it the one time I'm actually on time, you're late?
She's not here, so I can say that.
You can't say that. Look, there's Trevor waving.
Hi, Trev.
Hi, Trevor. We're behind, so we get the delayed reaction.
You guys are like that super villain thing.
Right? No.
With the head and the...
Oh, MODOK.
Yes.
No, not MODOK.
Sure.
Arnon Zolan.
I don't know.
Yeah. MODOK was different. But yes, still scary. Nice.
Either that
Congratulations. We want to send a shout out to Crossfire Wrestling for having Steve and I both on commentary last week for Jingle Brawl 6, the final event of the year for Crossfire Wrestling.
Aww.
Yeah, I know. But hey, don't worry. March Meltdown is coming up soon. I'm sure we'll be there hoping to do some more action over there. I want to say congratulations to Priest and Chris LaPlante and company out there for raising $1,740 for the Niagara Peninsula Child Foundation. $1,740. Well done. Congratulations to Crossfire Wrestling. You guys are doing a lot of great work. And if you guys get a chance, go check out one of their shows. Go support indie wrestling. It's just as much fun as the pros. I feel like I'm echoey.
Almost better.
Echoey. No, it is not. No, I mean,
they've got some good wrestlers. Phil Atlas is a great wrestler.
And you know what? What did you think of Phil Atlas making the big heel turn?
Hey, you know, I think if he's gonna be the number one contender and he wants a shot with Cody Deaner, it almost fits.
Yeah. I see that too. And you know what though? I don't blame him because he's been so frustrated. He was the athlete, the wrestler of the year for Crossfire Wrestling. And for him not to have a title opportunity he's right, it's kind of a joke and it's an insult, and I understand that. It's just a little sad to see him go to the dark side, if you will. But I know you're all for that.
Welcome.
Welcome
to the dark side.
I just see Santa Devil here. Satan Claus over here. So I'm going to trademark that because I'm the first one to ever say that.
Sorry.
Why are you trying to make James Earl Jones evil? Because of Darth Vader, right? That's the only reason why.
I loved his cameo on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was great.
They were.
Let me guess, you like Star Wars.
I like Star Wars too. And they're pranking Carrie Fisher.
That's
Nikki
right.
Nine-Door in her
It's not funny anymore, James. Why am I laughing?
It was really great. They got some good ones on the show, actually. You know, Carrie Fisher. That was James Earl Jones. They had Leonard Nimoy on that show. They've had a couple of my favorites, Bill Nye, the Science Guy, and Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson, as well as Stephen Hawking.
Yeah.
They do bring the science pedigree with them as well. So,
and I like that Stephen Hawking can poke fun at himself.
I don't know what you're talking about, Stephen. I only do that out of love, and I'm more copying Howard.
Yes, it's an imitation of an imitation.
Exactly.
Which is even a higher form of flattery.
Is it?
Right.
Is it?
No.
No. All right. So today we're here. We're going to be talking to you all about what were your favorite or your must-have toys for Christmas. So what did you guys want? What was the thing that you wanted more than anything else when it came to Christmas time? We all had that one special thing. So we've got a lot of answers from folks on the page.
I actually got everything I wanted. I was spoiled.
that doesn't make it any less that you could say what those things were that you wanted.
I know.
No, I don't think you do know. Yes. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit later on in the show. I see John, welcome to the show, buddy. Frank DeGazio, welcome to the show as well. So guys, what were your favorite toys? What was your must-have toy every year when it came to Christmas time? What was the one thing that you really thought a whole lot about? So we're going to talk about those. Steve's got some answers, I've got some answers, and you guys have all got your answers. And of course, we're also going to do the thing that we do every week, and that's where we round up the news in the world of pop culture and entertainment and just, worldly news at large. And we do that every week with our weekly edition of This Week in Geek. And that'll be starting at any time. And Steve also has his 5-second movie review today, believe it or not. Believe it or not,
I'm walking on air.
I never thought I could feel so free.
This Week in Geek.
We're being played off.
It's like the Academy Awards every week.
Yeah.
All
Who can
right.
blame them?
So here we are, another edition of This Week in Geek. This is where we tell you folks what's been going on in the world of pop culture, or in the world of geek, if you will. My co-host Steve Lambert starts us off every week, usually with some bad news, but I don't think we have any bad news this week.
No, we don't have any celebrity deaths per se, but I'm just going to touch on the anniversary. Yesterday was 38 years, I believe, for the death of John Lennon,
right.
as well as
Yes.
13 years for the death of Dimebag Darrell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Two very influential and big names in music. I'd have to say, obviously, John Lennon's a little bit of the bigger name there, more influential. Though Lennon, we
And overall, but
Dimebag.
in Dime's genre, he was
He was
he was the John Lennon,
Yeah.
I guess you could say, of
metal.
metal.
Yeah, I can go with that. I don't know. Do you have a favorite Lennon song?
I'd probably go Imagine. I know it's kind of cliche, but
No, I think I go the same way too, because honestly, I wasn't that big of a Lennon fan.
No.
I was always more as a George Harrison.
I
guy.
like George and Paul. Yeah.
Nobody liked Ringo. Everybody liked Ringo. Ringo was that guy at the party that everybody liked and was like, oh, he's cool. But he was more of the tag along.
I got to see Ringo in concert. What's cool about seeing Ringo is he's done the same thing for the last 15 to 20 years, and he does Ringo's All-Star Band, where he puts a collection of best of musicians, basically guys that were in bands that had one hit.
Right.
And he gets them together and he puts on a tour, and what they do is they'll play that
like
one
the
hit.
Traveling Wilburys.
They'll play that one hit and mix it with a bunch of Beatles stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. That's all right.
So it's kind of cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
There you go. I
don't
want
like
my
you.
money now, Ringo.
Yeah,
I just plugged that.
I want my money
That's the most
back.
press you've gotten in
Never mind.
years.
All right. So, what else we got in the news? So this is the thing. So there was a news report this morning with Philip and Holly. We're talking to this lady Amistad. And this lady Amistad is in a relationship with a ghost. She says that she has had sex with a ghost, and this ghost.
I've been there.
No, she's not saying it was a dead leg. That's different. Yes, it's horrible. She said she's actually had sex with this ghost, and it's brought her to climax. You can go find the clip on our page. We shared it. Or you can go on to This Morning with Philip and Holly's page and check it out. Pretty funny stuff. And for those of you that are watching on Ryan's All Things Geek page right now, the live stream, I think we might have something there for you.
I think my question would be, do you have to wear protection?
What is a ghost sexually transmitted disease? A GSTD. Oh, and okay, so here we go. The footage is going to be playing now for the people. I can't see it, but here we go. So this is Amistad here on the show talking about it as well. For those of you that are watching on my normal page, Ryan's All Things Geek, or Ryan Fleming's page, I should say. If you want to see the video footage, go on to Ryan's All Things Geek. Watch the live stream from there. If not, we are going to be uploading these shows, honestly, to YouTube very soon. So you'll be able to catch up on them there as well, which I'm very happy about.
No, apparently that's not happening.
No, it's happening.
No, we just got
Amethyst. I think that's saying Amethyst.
Oh.
The picture of her is done now.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
I wasn't here for the pregame meeting. I don't know the signals.
I don't know what to do with this guy. Like, really. Every week he is that guy, and it's not in a good way. So, yes, right? I should powerbomb him. I think that is what Trevor is suggesting, that I powerbomb you right through the table and then stomp a mud hole through you. That's what he said. Couple comments out there. Lou Hoffman says this, but I think what he means is this.
Oh, Jesus.
What, that? Did I get you?
Actually,
the important thing is you have to wipe it off, though. That's the one thing people forget. If you get people that actually look at this, you have to. You looked again. I saw that.
I didn't, though. I'm looking at you.
But you hit them twice, and then you got to wipe off that, or they get to hit you back twice. I don't know why that's the rule. It's just a rule. You get a lot of feedback, though, right?
Ooh.
Feedback. Maybe it's because our mics are so close together.
Maybe. I would like to move further away, but I can't.
I would like you to move further away as well, and you should. Merry Geek Christmas. Stop with the leg. James says he's working today, but I'll be in and out before my shindig Kaba. Okay. Happy birthday, maybe? Shindig means my party. Kaba means mate or bloke. All right, on. Shindig we say here too, so
yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Kaba, cool, I like it. Bloke, what's up, bloke?
Yeah, I think that's like a British thing too, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We don't really say bloke here, but we see it on Doctor Who all the time.
I hear it on Xbox Live all the time.
And Doctor Who.
Actually, no, it's not. They don't call me a bloke.
No, they call you a bastard. That's on the good days. So that was it with the Ghost X. So you got another story there for us?
John Cena is being sued by the Ford Motor Company.
John Cena!
Yeah, he's being sued by the Ford Motor Company for selling a custom car that he purchased. He had signed a disclosure saying that there would be no resale on the vehicle, and John Cena has already sold the vehicle and made a hefty profit on it.
Wow. Well, John Cena is a huge car guy, though. He's a huge car buff.
And he's a very charitable guy.
He is, so they say.
So stop busting his chops there, Ford Motor Company.
Like, really, it's like you can't afford this. Just, you can't afford this. I didn't even know it. You said,
Do you know what Ford stands for?
Found on roadside dead.
Fixed often, rarely driven.
Oh, that too. Both of those are way better than what they say about the Pontiac.
What do they say about Pontiac?
I'm not saying it.
Speaking of Pontiac, did you see the failed implosion of the old Lions Stadium in Pontiac, Michigan?
Yeah, that was awesome. Only in Detroit.
Yeah.
Only in Detroit. They can't even succeed in blowing up their stadium properly. We love you, Detroit. No, we don't. Detroit, the city, yes. The Lions, beep. Sorry, Vikings fan.
Yeah.
Vikings fan. That's the way it goes. Welcome to the show, Robert Colangelo, John Gallagher. And thanks for the interview, John Gallagher. And everyone who's like, who's John Gallagher? If you watch anything, you've seen John Gallagher.
He's not on Shameless.
No, I mean, no, he's not an actor. He's he's kind of like a designer of sorts, you know. He comes up with concepts for what we'll see in movies and TV shows and stuff. He's worked on Flash, Supergirl.
Nice.
He's just all over the place. And it was a great guy, and it was great of him to give us an interview. By us, I mean me. My get. Brother. Sorry. I've been listening to Edge and Christian's podcast. You know Edge and Christian, the wrestlers?
I missed the Brood.
It is honest.
I missed the Brood.
Right. The Brood was funny.
Yeah.
It is one of the funniest podcasts. It's like you and I. Christian is like you because he's a big dick. So
yeah, he is.
No, not like that. Lisa Yersit says, nice Santa horns.
Hey.
That's what she said. No, literally, that's what she said. So, big game changer this. There's been a big game changer this week or this year when it comes to movies and comic book movies in particular. We've got 3 movies, superhero movies, nominated for Critic Choice Awards. And they're not just nominated for, like, you know, best hair or best music. These are some serious awards. The 3 movies are Logan, Thor, and Wonder Woman. Logan was nominated for Best Action Movie, Best Supporting Actor going to Patrick Stewart, and Daphne Keane is up for Best Young Actor or Actress. And Daphne Keane, right, who I still maintain has been the best Wolverine we've ever seen. She has been. Wonder Woman is up for Best Action Movie as well, Best Visual Effects, and Best Costume Design. I'm a little upset Patty Jenkins wasn't up for Best Director, though. I really think she should have been up for Best Director for that one. And Thor. Thor is up for Best Action Movie, Best Visuals, and Best Actor in a Comedy for Chris Hemsworth. So way to go, Chris Hemsworth. Way to go superhero movies for cracking the ceiling, you know. This isn't the first time that a comic book movie's been nominated, but this is the first time that you've had multiple superhero movies nominated and all have legitimate chances in each of their categories. And a few of them are competing against each other, but I think this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Kevin Smith has said that he turned down directing the Toxic Avenger remake.
Yes, I actually listened to that podcast where he said that.
Reason being is the budget was too big.
Yeah, because they wanted to make it too big budget, too Hollywood. And he said the charm of the original Toxic Avenger was the fact that it was so obviously low budget.
Right.
You know, you could tell they were in a costume. And he's like, if he was going to do the Toxic Avenger, which he originally was going to do it, he decided not to when they said, no, we want to make it this big budget, make it more realistic. And I think he's right. I think that was the right move to make.
No, totally.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like us, he loves Lloyd
It's
Kaufman.
awesome in its horribleness.
Right. Like the Army of Darkness movies,
right.
You know. So yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame. My turn? Your turn, my turn.
I'll go again. Gordon Lightfoot is going to be playing 2 shows at Massey Hall. Traditionally, Gordon Lightfoot plays 5 shows at Massey Hall every March. He's played Massey Hall 173 times, I think, holds the all-time record. Nobody else is even close. But they're closing their doors for 2 years to do a multi-million-dollar renovation. So, given his age, this may be the last time Gordon Lightfoot plays Massey Hall.
Given that, does that mean you're definitely going?
I finally crossed Gordon off my bucket list last year. I got to see him at Massey Hall. So I'm definitely going to try and get tickets for this one.
Nice. Well, maybe I'll join you. Although I'm not as big as a Gordon fan as you are. And it's not that I don't like him. It's just I don't know enough of him.
Yeah. You know what? You'd really be surprised because multiple artists have covered his songs over the years.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, it's the same with Leonard Cohen.
Right.
It's another one where he's been covered so many times.
Yeah.
I probably know more of his covers than I know of him actually doing them himself. So,
as opposed to someone who like Joe Cocker, who has made himself famous doing covers
of Beatles tunes, mostly.
He has a lot of his own originals, obviously.
He really does. Have you ever seen the movie? Speaking of the Beatles and Joe Cocker, have you ever seen the movie Across the Universe?
I never did. No.
That is one of my favorite movies, and that's the movie that got my kids into the Beatles. Believe it or not.
Nice.
And Cocker is on there, and he sings "Come Together," and it is. I hate to say it, I think it's better than the Beatles version. Same with A Little Help from My Friends. Yeah. I love Cocker's version better.
Yeah.
But that movie, I'd say if you're a Beatles fan, I don't think you're a huge Beatles fan.
He does, one of his last albums he put out, he does covers of Everyone Hurts by R.E.M.
Yes.
Blows it away. And there's another one on that same album, One. He covers U2's One. Yeah, another one. Yeah. Just kills it.
Like it. Nice. All right, moving on. All right, so Disney and Fox are like in the final stages of Disney buying Fox Studios. Now they're only going to be buying. I don't get this. Why people hate this? I don't understand why people are hating on this. But
it's not that I'm hating. It's that I'm worried.
But why? Why though? And people are like, Disney ruined stuff. And I'm like, what? What is Disney ruined? Because they saved Star Wars. Have you disliked any of the Star Wars movies since Disney's been around? Have you disliked The Force Awakens?
No.
Did you dislike Rogue One?
No.
Do you think you're going to dislike the next?
But given that Star Wars was in control of George Lucas, anyone could have saved Star Wars.
But could they have brought you back the feelings that Disney did? And Disney has not dropped the ball when it comes to Marvel movies. Disney's been fantastic for Marvel. And then let's not talk about their own movies that they do and all the stories they've stolen from the beginning of time. It's not like they came up with Sleeping Beauty or Snow White. These were all, either grim fairy tales or, what have you. So I think this is a good thing. I know people are worried that they own too much or they have too much power. But I don't understand in a country that boasts capitalism that they're gonna, condemn someone for making more capital. I don't know. Sure, yes, you shouldn't have one person controlling everything, like net neutrality, but I'm just saying. I don't know. I got no problem with this. What do you think?
Again, it's not that I'm hating on it because Disney's. They definitely don't hold back on anything. They have the money. They have the backing to make these productions great, and I loved Rogue One. I love Star Wars, so my opinion is yet to be determined, I think.
So you loved basically everything they've done so far, but you're not sold on it yet.
No.
You really are Satan Claus. What else you got for us today, buddy?
Sticking with the music. I'm excited about this one too. Jimi Hendrix is getting his first album in I don't even know how many years. March 9th, 2018, a 13-track album of previously unreleased songs is going to be released.
These are always hit and miss with me.
Yeah.
Like previously unreleased. A lot of times there's a reason why they weren't released.
Yeah.
So that kind of worries me a little bit. But it is Jimmy, so I'm interested to see it because I don't think we were. Obviously, he died at 27. We were not given the full Jimmy.
Part of the 27
We were not
club.
given the full Jimmy. That almost sounds really perverted. But I want the full Jimmy. Give me the full Jimmy. No.
Can you handle the full Jimmy?
I don't know. Have you seen
you
the
can
plaster?
see, you can see the full Jimmy, but can you handle the full Jimmy?
Listen, don't be going all Wesley Snipes with me because if anyone can feel or see the whole Jimmy, it's me. And it's last night in the Pips. The Pips. God, I hate you sometimes. And when I say sometimes, it's most times. All right, why don't you shut up for a second?
Sure.
So Steve finally got his wish. It looks like Steve's getting his wish at least. And that being, there's a rumor out there that after Flashpoint, Ben Affleck is done as Batman. God, I really hate you guys. I don't like what's with all the hate with Ben Affleck as Batman. Like honestly, it seems like his heart isn't in it anymore. I'll give you that. Trevor, don't feed into the beast like this. Okay?
I knew you were going to do that story. I knew it. I just knew it.
You. God, I hate you. So obviously you're happy if this rumor is true.
Yes.
Do you have anybody in mind that you would like to see replace?
Honestly, the only person I could really think of is Michael Keaton. I know he's too old. I think he was the best Batman, and maybe we can go Batman the later years. We've redone the same stories, the same time periods over and over and over again. Let's go further.
But we haven't actually with Ben Affleck's Batman. This is the oldest Batman we've had, and he was supposed to be portrayed as even older than what he is. I don't know, man. I'd almost like to see a no-name get the role at this point.
Yeah.
We were talking with Ward Anderson earlier formerly from Sirius Radio's Ward and Al. He's got his own TV show as well called On Stage with Ward. Him and I were talking about it, and he brought up an interesting point, though. At least in all the Batman movies that there's been so far, it hasn't really mattered who's been under the cowl. because Bruce Wayne's always been an afterthought to Batman. It's always been more focused on the guy in the mask doing the stunts and stuff. And yeah, we've had some scenes with Bruce Wayne, but they're always in the minority, especially when you go to Justice League and BVS. I don't think Affleck was given a fair shot, much like George Clooney. I think Clooney was given the absolute worst shot at Batman because...
Are you talking about his supporting cast?
The bat nipples. I'm talking about that director, nipples, that script. It was just so bad on so many fronts. I don't know. Yeah, the bat nipples were just too much. Too much. Too much to recover from. And you know, people always say they want to see Christian Bale come back as Batman. But for me, in a lot of ways, he was one of the worst Batman. Like, that bat voice, I just could not get past. I'm Batman. Tell me what the groceries. You're a billionaire. You've got all these gadgets. You can't afford, like, a voice changer? Really? Like, I can buy one at the dollar store. You can't afford some kind of voice modulator. That always just kind of killed me. I don't know. And, yeah. Fuck Christian Bale. He was a dick too. I'm sorry, I can't get over the video of or the
him berating the stagehand.
Yeah, man, I can't get past that at all. I'm sorry, I tried to, but I just can't. He showed
Mel Gibson.
Truth. No, you know what? With Mel Gibson, that was different. He was drunk. Okay, and his was totally racist. Not that makes it okay at all. All right, let's get off the Ben Affleck thing because you're just making me want to cry.
Some GTA news. Tuesday,
we're going to talk about this.
Tuesday, we're getting the Doomsday DLC, and we are finally getting the jetpack.
Oh my God!
That's it.
Oh, I know that.
No, we're finally going to get to see inside Mount Chiliad. Mount Chiliad has been one of the biggest secretive places amongst GTA. There were some hieroglyphics along the side, one of the walls, and people have been trying to figure out what it means, trying to get inside, thinking that the jetpack would be hidden inside, and apparently there's some connection. So and a flying DeLorean. We're getting a flying DeLorean on Tuesday.
Did you? Oh, this is all coming on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And you are getting these already.
Probably.
This is a foregone conclusion. Amber has no say in this.
No.
I
I would be scared to add up probably what I've spent on GTA Live.
Yeah, we probably don't want to say that with her in the room.
Well, I'm not one of these teenage kids that can sit at home all day and earn money. I get to play a couple hours a week, and I buy shark cards. Yeah, I'm that guy.
42 years old?
Yeah.
42.
Yeah.
I can't say nothing. I still buy comic books. And video games, too. All right, moving on. Hey, Niagara Falls Comic Con.
Ooh.
Niagara Falls Comic Con.
Do tell. Sundays. And also Saturday and Friday.
Nerds. The cast of the Nerds are going to be there.
I'm excited. Don Gibb.
I know, right?
Yeah. Ray Jackson.
Ogre's going to be there.
Ray Jackson from Bloodsport.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about that. Okay, so when we go, that has to be your interview. You can have the Ogre interview. I got to interview Robert Carradine though. Because are they?
And why don't
are the Carradines the best brothers in Hollywood? I'd say no. There's the Russells.
They're definitely up there for the most.
Well, there's only 3 of them.
Plus, there's like half brothers and extended family and cousins, and I don't know. If you Wikipedia, there's a whole list of them.
There's the Baldwins.
Yeah.
The Baldwins, right? Who else is
Steven's the only one that matters, though, really.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
After Alec Baldwin's Donald Trump?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Beetlejuice. Alec Baldwin, Beetlejuice.
Did you see Biodome?
Right. And there's always Stephen Baldwin's go-to. Have you seen The Usual Suspects?
Give me the money.
The Affleck's Casey. Yes, we have the Gropers. Casey and Ben Affleck.
I thought you said the Ropers for a second there. I was like, I was like,
oh. All right. So yeah, do you have any other stories there? I got a couple more.
Roger
Estevez's.
Roger Goodell has been given a 5-year, $200 million contract extension.
This goes to show you that all this guy does is lick the ass of the owners of the NFL. I'm sorry to put it so bluntly, but oh my God. Roger Goodell is quite honestly the worst NFL commissioner I've seen in my time. Mind you, we've only had 3 in our time.
Yeah.
Tagliabue, I thought, was a great commissioner.
No? I was happy to see when I actually looked up the story after seeing the headline that most of this contract is incentive-based.
I know.
So
I know. But it's all about how much money he makes and saves the owners. Right. So I can understand them rehiring him, but he's not for the fans and he's not for the players.
And much like hockey, it is not the game anymore that we grew up watching.
Who's the worst commissioner, Bettman or Goodall?
Yeah, that's
really
tough.
That is a tough one.
We need celebrity boxing to step in here and let those two just. I don't even want a winner. I just want 12 rounds.
I would rather see celebrity surviving the game. Yeah. Oh, speaking of surviving the game, I was asked to review a movie, Never Leave Alive, I think it's called, starring John Hennigan from TNA Wrestling, known as Johnny Impact. He was on WWE as John Morrison. He looks like John. I have no idea. He looks like Jim Morrison. Man, it's a tough one to get through. He's not the greatest actor in the world, but the main villain in it was actually an amazing actor and was the one thing that kept me going in it. But it was basically a ripoff of Surviving the Game. I don't know why I brought that up, but I just figured I would.
Hey, no, there's always time for bringing up Surviving the Game.
So it's a go. Quentin Tarantino is directing Star Trek with J.J. Abrams involved. And it's going to be a rated R Star Trek. My question is Samuel L. Jackson going to be part of it?
And are there going to be naked green bitches?
And if Samuel L. Jackson's part of it, can we please have it be like the Star Trek Enterprise is infested with tribbles? And he can be like, what's with all these motherfucking tribbles on this motherfucking starship? Right? What's with all these motherfucking
Is that too cheesy? Is that too cheesy to throw in? Because I would love that.
I think that's perfect. And it's Quentin Tarantino. Who cares?
That's the perfect amount of cheese?
That is the movie. It has to be that. No, he already said what he wanted the movie to be based on, which was an actual Next Generation episode where a starship gets caught in a wormhole that was in a war. It was about to be destroyed, and it shows up in the Enterprise's timeline. And the Enterprise has to send them back to that time to get blown up. And it's a whole big moral dilemma, you know.
Say what in Klingon again?
Yeah. What does Captain Cook look like to you? Does Captain Cook look like a bitch to you?
Say one more time.
Say what? What ain't no planet I ever heard of? We can just keep going on forever. God, we love you, Samuel L. Jackson. So what do you think? Tarantino and Star Trek?
Yeah.
Would this make you a Star Trek fan?
I might actually watch this one. All right, I hate you. And my last story of the day, J.K. Rowling's. Did you hear she's under some fire from the fans? She came out and defended Johnny Depp's casting in Fantastic Beasts. I guess, Depp was never really convicted of anything, right? He was accused by his ex-wife. But there were, and I don't want to take away from anything or ever, especially when it comes to things like abuse like this, you never want to take away from that or attack the victim. But there were a lot of people speaking out against Amber Heard at the time, saying that these were false accusations and that the bruises were self-inflicted. I don't know either way, but I know that how J.K. Rowling has always been on the side of the victim in the past, and she's sticking up for Johnny Depp here. I'm not saying that that's her. That was never her saying that he didn't do it or anything like that, but it was. I love you, Amber. I love you. See what I did there?
Wrong, Amber.
See what I did there?
But I like how you herded her over here. I love how you herded Amber over here. See what I did there? It wasn't as good. I hate you. Mic check. Is this thing on?
So what's it all about?
What's it gonna run? I don't know. No Fred Durst.
No,
No Fred Durst.
that's Beastie Boys. Mic check. So what's it all about? So where the fuck you at?
No, that's Limp Bizkit.
No,
That's Limp Bizkit.
no,
It is
No.
Limp Bizkit.
no.
It is Limp Bizkit.
Maybe,
Mic check. So what's it all about? So where you gonna run?
maybe.
Yeah, he knows it is now. Anyways, so hi there, folks. That's it for my news for this week in Geek. What about you?
Something we basically already knew. Game of Thrones isn't going to debut until 2019, final season.
Yeah, suckers.
Yeah.
Giving George R.R. Martin some time to catch up.
The body of Charles Manson still being fought over.
By who? Whoa, kickback. Oh, my jungle love. He's like looking for another story in this.
And that's pretty much it.
Show's over.
Yeah,
Yes, please.
that's it.
Just tell him to put it on my bail, please. Yes. So that's it for another edition
Yeah.
of
Close it.
This week in Geek.
I gotta tell you, our special effects department, top notch. I don't know why I went top left there, but
Yeah, that's cool.
top left, yo, top left. By the way, y'all loving my MacBook in the way there? I gotta get some. I've been told by some fans that I need to put some
Stickers.
stickers.
Yeah.
Some like, there's the cool one of Homer holding the apple, or you can get like the Statue of Liberty holding the apple. Hey, good day, mate. We got
Or you-
another Aussie on.
Or you can get an
watching.
Isaac Newton sticker.
No, the apple falling on his head. But there's a bite of it, so that's just weird. Tyson Kowalski,
Hey!
former Wellander.
He's
now
Jill.
He's in Aussie land. He's been living in Australia ever since high school, basically in high school. Good day, mate. Good morning, I guess.
Yeah.
Over there.
Happy Sunday.
Why is it we're so popular in Australia? Oh, wait. I like Amber too. Not like you do. You like her different.
There's no Amber songs.
No?
No. I don't think there's an Amber song.
Amber! Yeah, no, there isn't.
No.
No, there isn't. So I think it's a good time. It's the bottom of the hour. A good time for us to mention our sponsors. Oh, hey, the Geekery Pub, 7,000 McLeod Road. Come on down for something to eat. Come check out the burger of the month. Come grab a drink. Come see us. Come play some games. Come join in for Warcraft night, or come even tonight with, they actually have a special guest coming in tonight. And
And next week is trivia night.
next week is trivia night. Can you just mind your own business if you don't have a microphone? There's a reason you don't have a microphone. Can I turn my microphone up? Because I feel like I can only be heard if I talk like this. And I feel like I'm...
We're having trouble with the radar, sir.
the...
You don't need that, Private. We're right here. We're having trouble with the radar, sir. We've lost the beeps, lost the subies, we've lost the creeps. The what? The what?
We've
The
been
what?
jammed, sir. Raspberry jam.
Classic.
It's only us. What? No, for real. Can you turn me up? Not turn me on. Turn up the radio. No, not like that, but that was kind of clever for you.
That almost went to 11.
That was 11, right? Yeah, but if you come in tonight, this is 80s night tonight. This is at the Toothpick Comics web launch party is tonight as well. And it's going to be hosted by Kim Clark Chapness. Much Music VJ.
Yeah.
You guys remember that? He is in the house, somewhere in the house. But it will be the launch for Toothpick Comics, folks. You can go check them out on Facebook. Would you stop with that? Stop moving the cameraman. The worst ever. But yeah, so we're excited for that. We're excited to see what Toothpicks Comics has to bring for us. Got some good sales going on over there. The Thanos Imperative Ignition #1 is for sale over there as well. Just in time for the Avengers Infinity War coming out next year. Did you see the Marvel challenge they have? You can watch every Marvel movie from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, one a week, starting January 1st, and that'll bring you right to Avengers Infinity War. Oh my God. If Marvel actually planned that, that's like the greatest forethought ever, but I don't think that's the case, but still. Awesome. Awesome. See, that's where my mic should be at. I'm just saying. I don't know why you want to hurt me. Do you really want to hurt?
Don't go all Culture Club on me.
Do you really want to make me cry? Do you really want to hurt me? I don't know any of the words to the song besides that, though. Like, really, though. Honestly, I don't even know how the rest of the song goes aside from that. Like, what the actual melody is.
Nobody does.
I'm all about the chorus.
Nobody does.
I'm all about the chorus. Entertainment.
I was more of a Wham fan.
Wake me up!
No.
No? Before you go?
Nah.
All right. So,
Yeah.
that was your first album?
Or George Michael's solo stuff.
Did you have a huge crush on George? Did you have a huge crush on George Michael's? Did you have a huge crush on George Michael? I need my mic to.
We're never gonna dance again.
No?
Candle's feet ain't got no rhythm.
Endless Whisper. You and Deadpool. Gotcha. Nice. Very nice. So Steve has a 5-second movie review for us this week. It's only been like a month and a half, 3 months since that's happened. Yeah. So what are you reviewing for the kiddies this week?
The Netflix documentary.
Is it a documentary?
Jim.
Did your mic just die? Your mic died.
Jim
and Andy.
Jim and Andy.
Andy and Jim. Oh, he's got to turn it up over there, so he's going to go over there to turn it up.
Gotcha.
Turn up the microphone. You're giving us offstage directions, so we're not supposed to repeat everything you're saying? Is that what you're saying? What are you talking about? Welcome to RATG TV. So, yeah, folks. Most professional producer of all time. Like, what's up with this guy? Why is he so upset? I don't get it. But, yeah, so I can't wait for your 5-second movie review of
Jim and Andy.
Still nothing. Jim and Andy.
Yeah, it was the documentary footage that was shot.
It's time for the 5-second movie review.
Oh,
Steve.
well, you just got played
RATG
on.
TV.
Jazz hands? Jazz hands?
So, yeah, this was documentary behind-the-scenes footage that was shot during the filming of Man on the Moon, which was, of course, the Andy Kaufman story.
Which was one of the few Jim Carrey movies that I actually liked.
Yeah, Jim Carrey went into character and basically did not come out until the end of filming of this movie.
Yeah, he went full Daniel Day-Lewis.
He went,
which is, sure.
Yeah, the distributor basically buried the footage and said that you're not releasing this stuff. They didn't want it to come out. They didn't want it to hurt the box office of the movie because they figured if people saw this first or saw it at all, they would think Jim Carrey was a huge asshole.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we didn't think that ahead of time.
So.
No, I didn't. Come on the show,
So
Jim.
Jim Carrey, he sits in and he kind of narrates the footage and takes you on a journey throughout the course of the filming of this movie.
Nice. So, sounds like an interesting movie. I guess we'll find out what you thought of the movie as we put 5 seconds on the board. If you're ready, we will begin now.
I like it a lot.
So you liked it a lot.
Latka.
I know. You liked it a lotka?
Latka.
You liked it a lotka.
Latka was his character on Taxi.
Oh, I am very familiar with Taxi. Thank you very much.
I like it very, very much. Is that better?
Anyways.
It was almost better than Man on the Moon.
Yeah, really?
It was.
Man on the Moon wasn't bad, though.
It wasn't bad, no. But Jim Carrey, he was pissing everybody off, including the King, Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, and I heard that. And because Latka did in real life as well.
Yes.
And Jerry Lawler had actually said that many times, that he wanted to knock out Jim Carrey on set because
Jerry Lawler says in the behind-the-scenes footage, basically, like him and Andy Kaufman were friends. This was something that they had planned together and told no one else. So the fact that Jim Carrey was in full Andy, but he never came out of the character. He never came out of the annoying the persona. And he basically says to the camera, he's like, what Jim Carrey, I think, doesn't get, he goes, me and Andy were actually friends. And this guy's been nothing to him but giving me a hard time since I've been on the set.
He's been a douche.
Right.
Which we've heard about Jim Carrey in the past, though. And I don't think you can always blame it on being meta.
Yeah, the director was actually worried that people who worked on the movie were going to sue the production for mental stress.
Look at Jared Leto on the set of Suicide Squad as the Joker, giving out used condoms as gifts to castmates and dead rats. It's messed up, man. That's messed up. That's very Jokery. That's getting into the role. How do you think those condoms got used? Same way the rats died.
With Jared Leto, it doesn't surprise me.
Isn't that your favorite band?
Oh, yeah. I love 30 Seconds to Mars.
30 Seconds to
Great
Mars. Band. Right.
No, wait.
To quote
you
Dr. Steve.
You can miss that way. You get nervous at the last second.
Right.
You know?
Gotcha. You know what could help you out with that, though? What I find sometimes is you just need the kind of the right flavoring on your food to make your mood better, so you don't want to blow your brains out. And when you need the right kind of flavoring, sometimes I like to go with, a nice little bottle of Black Molly from the Steam Powered Pepper Company at our friends at steampoweredpepperco.com.
Oh, wrong kind of Molly, sorry.
Really? You just got to even ruin our cheap plugs to our sponsors? Wrong kind of Molly, man. But if you want to try some of this stuff, you can go on to steampoweredpepperco.com. That's steampoweredpepperco.com.
In my defense, I have hallucinated off his hot sauce before.
Because his hot sauce,
yes.
the one that you ate was very hot.
Yeah.
He was trying to punk us, I think, that day. And you boy, did you ever show him by drinking that bottle. You showed him in the end. Or you showed your toilet in the end.
Just the trick is to eat a lot of ice cream after.
Yeah, I bet.
Come on, ice cream.
So if you want to have your asshole cleaned. No, really good stuff, though. Go check them out. Steam Powered Pepper Company or steampoweredpepperco.com.
Probably shouldn't be talking about that in a restaurant.
Sure. They serve it here.
No, I
at the Geekery, 7000 McLeod Road.
I meant the bathroom humor.
Nah, potty humor. Gotcha. It's all good. Moving on. Welcome to the show, folks.
Hi.
So we asked everybody out there in Geeky Land, with Christmas coming up, there was this must-haves. When you're growing up, there was this, I need to have this. I got to have this toy. Everybody had their must-have toy. What was yours? And that's what we asked you folks out there. And you folks came back at us with quite a few answers. So we're going to try to get to them all today if we can. But like I said, there is quite a few of them. So we'll go from there. Let's get started, though. Steve, did you have some answers for some fans? No, you didn't, because you were never ready.
No.
You said a Mogwai, though, which was just weird.
You didn't want a Mogwai when you were young?
Little bit, but I wanted more stuff. Mogwai! I liked Gremlins. I'm surprised, because I was scared of every movie that was even somewhat scary, and I had no problem with Gremlins growing up. So, our buddy Prieston over at Crossfire Wrestling says weapons of mass obnoxiousness, as his dad would say, which is basically guns, chemistry sets, and batteries. No shock he went into the military. No shock at all. Buddy Rob Parliament says Legos. I think if you were someone that was really good with your hands and you were good at building things, Legos was for you. That was not for me at all. Legos just ended up being a mess because all I could ever make was like a house, and not even a good one. I could build a square. Were you a Lego guy?
Yeah, I was a big Lego guy.
Yeah?
Still am.
Yeah, you suck.
Yeah.
Lego Death Star?
Yeah, which my son finally got after asking for 3 years.
Did you actually complete it? That's
Yes.
the question.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, impressive. How many pieces is that?
Oh God, it's it has just been surpassed. Yeah, it was just
Wow.
just
6,000.
surpassed as the biggest Lego set ever by the new edition of the Millennium Falcon.
Wow. And that was on, that was actually the Death Star, the Lego Death Star, was a part of Spider-Man Homecoming. That was a major part of that. That's how his secret identity was blown.
Now, what was
Spoilers.
that? Was that the model version or the playable version? 'Cause there was two.
I don't know. I'm not a Lego person.
Ah.
Who else we got here? Eddie Slavinsky also says
someone
Legos.
wanted a donation bin for Christmas.
Yes. Well, Susan here at the Geekery says, folks, you can also come down here, bring in a new toy to donate for Project Share. They're hoping to fill the barrel up this week. They're also having a toy drive tomorrow night here with live bands. So come on down, 7000 McLeod Road, Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. Great cause. Give some kids in need some toys. Help bring some joy to them this Christmas. It's the least you can do. I guess the least you can do is nothing, but don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Don't
Don't be that
do it.
guy.
Because that's that guy. And he gives. So if that guy can give, you can give
And I don't
too.
like Christmas, and I give.
That's right. He gives a shit. Eddie Slavinsky said Lego as well. Tyler Heitman says anything from the Cars movie. He's one of our younger viewers. Yeah, I guess so.
A tow mater.
The Tow-Mater. Light Bright. Light Bright was a big one.
Yeah, I never got a light. I don't know that I wanted a light bright, but I never got a light bright.
No, I never had one either, but
No.
it was almost a girl, like, it was almost like people thought it was like, it's a girl thing. Like, I don't think our parents would have bought
Yeah,
it for me.
we were still very much in the gender associated
right, toys, yeah.
era, right?
Right. Because I remember all my cousins were females, and I know that a bunch of them, or a couple of them wanted, like I had wrestlers, and they wanted to play with my wrestlers all the time. And I remember at one point I wanted the Michael Jackson doll, but I couldn't get it because it was it looked too much like the Barbie dolls of those eras. So,
Right. I had the Wayne Gretzky.
well, I could see that. The mullet, with his mullet, he really did look like a Barbie.
And it is worth a fortune now, too.
Oh, I know, no doubt.
If we had all the toys we had when we were
Oh,
kids,
my Lord. Don't even get me started.
We would be retired already.
Do you know how many of my G.I. Joes succumbed to death by fire?
My favorite was the windowsill guillotine.
Yeah, well, that was me too. It was a window thing, but I would take hairspray, my mom's hairspray, spray it on the G.I. Joe. Or I wouldn't even spray it on the G.I. Joe. I'd hold the G.I. Joe on the windowsill, spray it, and put a lighter,
kids.
and out the window she'd go. I was a bit of a firebug as a kid. Oh, as a matter of fact, I think you were as well.
Yeah,
a little bit.
We used to do this thing where we would spray Lysol into the toilet bowl
Yes.
and then throw the match, and a big ball of fire would run.
Wow, kids, do not try any of this at home.
And then Sammy tried it the one time, and he stood right over the toilet and went, and it went.
So it's stories like this that we tell why we're not allowed on the radio anymore. People want to know why we're not on the radio. This is why.
And chemistry sets, like they don't even sell those things to kids anymore.
Well, after kids like us, would you sell chemistry
Or lawn
sets to
darts.
kids? Yeah, really though. The lawn darts, yeah, well. I'm surprised they still sell.
Everybody always got the kid they didn't like to go play goalie.
I'm surprised they still Roman candles, honestly. Like, really, the Roman candles?
You go play goalie, okay.
The Roman candles were the worst
got
with us.
picked.
Would you pay attention to me, bitch? But the Roman candles, they still sell those all the time. And how many times have we had Roman candle fights, like shooting off Roman candles at each other?
Like, I mean, kids today have paintball guns at least. We shot each other with BB guns.
True story. Yeah, that sucked actually.
Yeah.
BB guns, because
yeah.
you'd get those stuck in your ass. Like literally, they would go through your jeans, through your underwear, and stick and get embedded into the skin of your ass.
What we would do is we would wait for the train to slow down at Lincoln Street crossing.
Jeez.
We would hop the train.
Yeah, I would never do that.
And ride it all the way to the Port Colborne train yard, and then walk all the way back with our BB guns.
Yeah, I would never do that. I didn't trust it. Nope.
Shooting each other the entire way.
Anyways.
Mike Infantino, you were there.
Infantino was definitely there. Rob Parliament said he had this bad boy. Got it from Consumers Distributing. Which, shout out to Consumers Distributing. What a great store that was. Used to be at the old Lincoln Plaza.
Childhood.
The Lincoln Plaza, the Met.
Catalog.
Yeah, you'd go through the catalog, find those specialty toys that you could only order online. Yeah, we were dudes. We only cared about the toys. But yeah, they had everything. My grandmother used to shop there all the time. But Rob was talking about it. You can go on my page and take a look at it. It was the Cobra Jet from G.I. Joe. That was badass. And there were so many things.
G.I. Joe had some of the best stuff.
Everything. And I figured between you and I, we almost had everything G.I. Joe. I thought you had the base, though, but you said it wasn't you.
No, it was my neighbor, Sammy Danny. They had all the big stuff. They had the aircraft carrier.
Right, I remember seeing the aircraft carrier, yeah. That was quite awesome. Those were great times. We spent so much time playing with G.I. Joes. We had the He-Man figures.
I had He-Man. I had Grayskull. I had the other.
I had Grayskull. You had the Snake Mountain one, didn't you?
I'm pretty sure I had both because my mom actually just dug up Castle Grayskull.
Oh, no way, yeah. Nice. Some great times there. Some great
Star Wars.
memories.
I had everything. I had the Ewok Village. I had the Death Star.
The
only things I didn't have that I had friends that did have was Chris Ferracci. Remember Chris Ferracci? He had.
Chris Ferracci was such a great guy that he was that kid that got picked on by everybody.
Yeah.
But if you were, because we were weird, we hung out with kind of everybody.
My mom and his mom were friends.
Yeah.
That's how I met him.
He was such a good guy, though.
Yeah.
Still a good guy.
He had the Jawa Sandcrawler, which was huge.
Oh, no way.
And he had the AT-AT, which I never got, or AT-AT, whichever one you are. AT-AT's the right one.
So the ones that I had that I was really impressed with from the Star Wars, I had Jabba the Hutt and his little his set with the trap door on it. And the Rancor.
Yeah.
And I also had the Sarlacc pit. Or the Sarlacc pit.
Sarlacc pit, yeah.
Which was very cool. That came with
from Kenner.
Yes, it came with Boba Fett.
From Kenner.
Boba Fett.
Those action figures are worth a ton now.
Yep. All probably in the garbage at this point.
And you know what? There's about 12 Boba Fetts that are worth a lot of money. And you know what the most expensive one is? The one that was released here in Canada because of the bilingual packaging.
Come on.
Yeah. $12,000 for that Boba Fett in the package.
Too much. Wait, you just know that offhand? And
the Vader that had the retractable sword in his arm.
I had it. I had that one.
It's like $8,000.
I had like 2 or 3 of those.
The He-Man set that came with He-Man and the Battle Cat, like $8,000.
And with the one that was even more expensive was Skeletor's Battle Cat, Panther.
Yes.
Or Panther?
You know who I loved from G.I. Joe? Remember, was it Zoltan or Zartan?
Zartan. I had Zartan and the Dreadnoughts.
Yeah.
I had him and the Dreadnoughts.
Buzzsaw.
And the cool thing about I don't remember the names, but I remember the best thing about Zartan was he came with different face masks that went over top of him.
Put him in hot or cold water.
Yeah, or if you put him in the sunlight, he would change colors. Same with the temperature. So yeah, that was awesome.
Very cool.
Rob Parliament also says, can't believe no one said Transformers yet. The Optimus Prime that came with the trailer that opened up to be a base itself that had the little I
don't think
rover
my parents
in it.
loved me enough because I only had GoBots.
You suck. GoBots.
I'm just kidding. I know you love me.
Yeah, and you had Transformers. We both had Transformers. I had Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. I was never big into the Transformers. No. But they were huge. Gilles Payet.
Huge.
Gilles Payet. He says, my pet monster and Castle Grayskull were the two big things. Gesundheit. Or for the English-speaking people, God bless you. Or sorry, bless you. Wait, what do you say to atheists when they sneeze? Gesundheit? That's what I say anyways.
Gesundheit.
But that's still German for God bless you, is it not? I think so.
Sure.
She's done finster.
Mein Führer.
Mein Führer. I know. Yeah. Leo DeVille says Legos and the original Nintendo.
NES.
Or,
that was
NES.
my first gaming system.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah.
Very good one.
Duck Hunt.
I was just gonna say Duck Hunt. I would like a VR version of Duck Hunt where I'm allowed to shoot that fucking dog. That dog was so annoying and so aggravating. I wanted to kill that dog. Laugh at me every time I miss. Mike Al says Castle Grayskull, the He-Man figures, Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, Star Wars figures. The list goes on and on and on and on. Operation. Only the losers wanted board games. Well, now you know what to get her this year for Krampus. Michelle Rencote.
I always wanted to get the Homer version of Operation. Every time you hit it, it goes, "Dope."
Michelle Rencote says Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yeah.
She had a
How
boy.
many people beat themselves silly over Cabbage Patch
Cabbage
dolls?
Patch dolls were the original Tickle Me Elmo. The original must-have. That was probably the epitome one.
Not as popular as the Tickle Me Emo.
Right. Which,
Right.
I gotta cut myself. Oh, too soon? Too real? Too
Nobody
real.
likes me.
It got too real, didn't it? It got dark. It got really dark. Michelle says she still remembers. She had a boy and a girl. Still remembers their names, which were Harold Dominic and Leona Vanessa. I always thought they had weird names. So.
Yeah.
I thought they were like gimmicky type names. All right. Lisa Sauvé-Neal says Barbies. LOL. That's an LOL moment. Sue from here at the Geekery. She said the electronic game Merlin, Spirograph,
Merlin.
Light Bright, Strawberry Shortcake Dolls, Barbies, Baby Chrissy, whose hair grew, Cabbage Patch Dolls, board games, especially Hungry Hippos, Boggle and Pac-Man, the thing that went around your ankle, and that was kind of cool.
Skip It?
Skip It thing?
Yeah.
And was a fruit, and you jumped with it. 2 rubber balls on the side of the wall, and my glow-in-the-dark yo-yo ball that always came back.
Here's a pack of smokes, Jimmy. Merry Christmas. Or a carton of smokes.
I'm surprised nobody said BB. What was it? A Rider.
Red Rider BB
Red
gun.
Rider
yeah.
BB gun.
And no one said my buddy.
My buddy and me. Teddy Ruxpin. I had a Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy Ruxpin was cool because you could like put in Black Sabbath tapes and it looked like he was singing Black Sabbath. Brian Sanko says the foot-tall rubber WWF wrestlers. Yeah, we had those. You had a ton of those. You still have yours.
It's the only thing I still have.
Ninja Turtles and G.I. Joes. Chris Hammond says the Evil Knievel stunt bike. Remember that one?
Yes.
And that one was a little bit before our time, but we still
yeah.
had those. I think I had that one.
And versions of later on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Daniel Van de Sand, our buddy in Australia, says, Tonka trucks, mate, when I was a wee little kid in Legos. Nailed it. He'd be proud of that one. I know you are. Angie Knight, my neighbor, said Barbies, of course, and Cabbage Patch Kids. Johnny Knapp, ColecoVision. I had ColecoVision.
Yeah.
Loved ColecoVision. G.I. Joe, Star Wars, and He-Man.
We're seeing a running theme here.
I know. Everyone's our age. My mom also used to order us toys through Consumers Distributor that were special orders of toys released only in the U.S. Melissa Loft says Cabbage Patch Dolls. Sherry Raymond says, I like big wheels but never got one. I'm hoping for an adult version and sit and spin.
So are we.
So are we.
So are we.
Amanda Florence says Millennium Falcon playset. I had a Millennium Falcon. My cousin and I actually sold it to like our neighbor, which was the dumbest thing one of my dumbest moves.
Marrying your ex.
And she says, yeah, marrying my ex. Yes. Amanda Florence also said that her cousins had one of the Millennium Falcons. It's all she wanted, but she was never allowed one because it was for boys. When we get back to that, we're gonna have to talk about that one day. Justin Figler said the pogo ball. Remember the pogo balls?
Ball, yeah.
Those were awesome. Chad Golden said NES by a long shot. Lori Damon Bowes, Professor Elbows, Rubik's Cube, Empire Strikes Back action figures.
I love that everyone answering here is not saying, because I know there's some of these people that wanted the Nintendo Power Glove, but no one's willing to admit it.
I had the Power Glove, and
I know you did.
I begged for it, and it was a piece of shit. Smurfs,
What was the
sci-fi
other one?
fantasy
What was,
books.
the robot. Remember the robot? How terrible that was too.
No, I do not. Lisa
Sorry,
Hall.
go on.
Lisa Hall says, "My Cabbage Patch doll, Charlene, Jenny, Kurt
I
Jr.
love you, Jenny.
Jenny, Kurt Jr. Haven't heard from Kurt in a long time. Kurt says a Godzilla action figure and a handheld football game.
Godzilla.
Lisa Matuska says Cabbage Patch dolls and Get in Shape Girl. Oh, Mary. I don't know why I said Mary.
Marty.
What the hell was
That's
that?
an old joke.
Okay, then. All right. So that was everybody from my page. I'm going to check out a few from
Sorry, we're on camera here, so.
the Ryan's All Things Geek page. You scare me. And I've known you my entire life, and you still worry me.
What? Those were gang signs. It's not like I was doing this.
They were well in gangs. The Shocker? The Shocker? So Steve says a Mogwai. A Mogwai. Linda Farrell on our page says, oh, I don't want to know. Linda Farrell.
I heard it, but it was the short bus.
Linda Farrell from Ryan's All Things Geek page says, I wanted Silver and the Lone Ranger. I think I had those.
Silver.
With the action saddle, got Tonto and Scout instead. I think they gave Tonto away and my Barbie dolls.
No, the
to
horse on
neighbor's
Lone
kid.
Ranger actually
Hey,
talked.
can we be nice to the people that actually commented so they can hear their
I'm sorry, me and
comments?
Trevor were talking and you were rudely interrupting us.
Jesus Christ. It's the people. The one thing. And she also says she gave Tonto away and the Barbie dolls and neighbor's kids. Kept Scout for about another decade past that. Justin Kerr says the G.I. Joe Tomahawk helicopter was the first thing every version of my Christmas list the year it was out. Yeah, I guess so. Santa didn't let me down. He got it. Well, good for you. And Joe McG, our final comment of the day, said the Constructicons from G1, Generation 1 Transformers. Never got them as a kid and really wish I could afford them now.
Wasn't there like an insect or bug version of the Transformers too?
The Insecticons.
Yeah.
They kept doing a whole bunch of those where you had to buy 5 of them
Yeah.
to make a giant Transformer. It was
Voltron.
Voltron, yeah. I was going to say Power Rangers, but Voltron was way before that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's it. Thank you so much
That's a
to
good list.
everybody. Yeah, some really great lists. What about you, Steve? You said a Mogwai.
Yeah.
What else, though?
I don't, my parents were very, very generous at Christmas time. I was an only child somewhat, have older brothers and sisters, but didn't really grow up with them. So
Right.
my dad had a really good job, worked in a forge plant when, that was the job to have. So I was very, very...
Did he work for my grandfather? Did he work at Canada Forge?
He worked at Can Forge, yeah.
Yeah, so he worked for my
Yeah.
grandfather. My grandfather was the foreman there.
Yeah.
And then
so
my uncle.
I was one of the kids that was very lucky at Christmas time. I know there's a lot of kids that aren't so fortunate. And, I think that's part of why I like to be so charitable now.
Yeah. Also curious, though, why you dislike Christmas so much. Because you had such great Christmases growing up.
It's the commercialization of Christmas that I don't like, much with many other holidays. I love getting together with family and friends. I love food.
Food.
Clearly love food.
Right. And I don't.
But it's the whole commercialization of it, the Valentine's Days, the Christmases, the
Right.
Easters, the...
Right.
I just feel like I'm in the movie They Live, and there's billboards that say obey, buy, consume.
Buy, consume. Yeah, well.
Okay. And now that my kids are older, Christmas is very much like there's no magic in it. Like when you watch the young kids at Christmas time,
No, I get that.
There's
My kids are
there's
older,
a magic
too.
there,
Right.
and I very much enjoyed it when my kids were younger. Now not so much.
Now the kids just want gift certificates.
Yeah,
or money.
now Christmas is over and all the presents are open. They're like, you know what I want for my birthday?
Yeah, they're already looking towards the next thing.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, the oldest. Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
I feared.
And with me, it's my youngest that's that way.
I feared my dad's belt far too much to be that kid. And it never even came off. It just got unbuckled, and I heard that buckle, and I was like,
oh. All right, well, we're almost out of power here, or almost out of time, I should say. But I do want to say, thanks for all of everybody's answers today. Got a lot of great answers. I want to remind everybody, if you come, no, don't play the music yet. We're too early. I still got some wrapping up to do. Next week, we have trivia night here. We're doing the Christmas trivia. So come out here. Teams of 2 to 6, $5 per person. And first place gets half the pot. And then come in here.
I am Groot.
Come here tonight.
Don't press that button.
For Toothpick Comics web launch party. Check it out. We're going to have Kim Clark Chapness is going to be here hosting the festivities today. So come on down here. Thanks to everybody for joining in. Now, Trevor, you're good to go. Thanks to the Well and Wignut. Thanks to Trevor for doing the producing stuff. And thanks to each and every one of you at home for joining in as you do every week. For the Well and Wignut, I am your host, Ryan, and this has been another edition of RATG TV. With that, we are out. Peace. Bye, everybody. Bye, Dr. Neek.
Black magic. You got to know.